The news now. The Public Servants Association says a strike by Social Security Agency employees will go ahead tomorrow. This is despite the wage agreement reached on Friday. For more on this, we're joined in the studio by Ruben Maleka. He's from the Public Servants Association themselves. Thank you so much for coming in this afternoon and just help us clear up exactly what is going on. There seems to have been a lot of toing and froing around this strike and whether or not it's going ahead. Can you update us on what your association's plans are and in what form it will take, because you've got over 200,000 members?
Yeah, thank you. The strike by Sassa is going ahead. We have tabled our demands of salary adjustment in Sassa in January this year, and since then the employer has not responded to our demands. And we have gone through all the process. We have gone to the CCMA. There's a certificate of outcome that outlines that we need to get the employer to come to the table. But the employer has been ignoring us, not willing to even come with a counter offer to our demands. And we have given the sufficient notice, 10 days notice, and we are rolling as from tomorrow with the Sassa strike.
Now, COSATU and a few other organizations have agreed to the 7% increase. Was there some tension between the various representative bodies of the employees that you're representing about whether or not to agree or whether to keep holding the fort and holding out for more?
No, remember the public service strike is now suspended. We are talking about Sassa.
Okay.
The public service strike has been suspended because of the agreement that has been signed. We are very disappointed with that resolution. Obviously, we feel that the public servants themselves are the losers in the whole situation, because we believe that the union that have signed, the employer, are the winners, in fact, in the whole situation. But that does not end there, because we believe that the next 3 years, we need to get the employees or public servants to understand their power as the members of the trade union, to say who are the mandate givers of the unions. Because upon reaction from even the social media, you can read that public servants in general are not happy with the offer that has been signed by other unions. But that has already been done. But tomorrow, as the day opening, we'll be having a Sassa strike throughout the country, countrywide, where the offices are smaller. We will be having stayaways. Our workers, we won't find any employee of Sassa at any point of work tomorrow. Gauteng, in general, there will be a march in Pretoria. And in KZN, they're also picketing. So we are going all out to make sure that our demands are ahead. One of our demands in Sassa is that we want them to consider the issue of only belonging to GEMS. Because why would Sassa employees...
That being the medical aid.
Yes, medical aid. They are forced to only belong to GEMS. We are saying we need Sassa employees because they are not necessarily bargaining in terms of the public service bargaining. They are just similar like SARS, where they can actually have 3 or 4 medical aid competing in Sassa so that they can have a choice. So that is one of our demands. We also made a demand to say that we want at least Sassa employees, because we're talking about people that are from level 5 to 7, to at least an adjustment of 15%, and the higher brackets at least 13% adjustment. Unfortunately, we are at a stage where the employer has failed even to respond to our demands. But let me update you to say that on Friday afternoon, we got a call from the Ministry of Social Development requesting an urgent meeting with us as PSA tomorrow at 9. We are willing... Tomorrow
being Monday.
Tomorrow at Monday. The strike will be rolling, obviously. We are not going to halt the strike, but we are prepared. We have accepted the invitation to engage the minister. We hope that she comes with a better offer or something that we can take back to our members for mandates.
Was there an understanding in that conversation when you got the call to be called to the urgent meeting? Was there an understanding on the other side that the strike would be going ahead even if that meeting has been called on Monday morning?
I think that should be an obvious fact, because a strike is in pursuit of demands. Our demands have not been met. They have not even responded. We can't have a way of even suspending the strike. That's why we are saying we hope that tomorrow the meeting, the employer there will come with an offer that we can go back to members and say, this is what you can mandate of. But if the employer is calling us and going to tell us the same things that, like they given the public servants, I don't see the members give us mandates to say we should accept the public service wage agreement.
So the service is being rendered by your members. It's very important to many ordinary South Africans. How can we advise ordinary South Africans that services will be affected tomorrow?
It's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation, because we understand that Sassa obviously serves the vulnerable, our grandmothers, our sisters, but we are at a point that, you know, when we try to engage employer for 5 months, we've been trying to engage them, we've been even calling meetings with them, they've been ignoring us. So this is the last resort. We didn't want to go on strike. PSA, as in fact, we believe in dialogue. But this means, how do you dialogue with a person who doesn't come to you for 5 months? So that's why this is the last resort that we find ourselves in going on strike.
Now, just finally, it's been reported that the Public Servants Association wants to take on COSATU. There's a quote from your colleague. Let me see if I can find his name here now. It eludes me for a moment. But he had apparently said that they want to take on COSATU's, quote, toxic majority in the public sector. What is meant by that?
No, that simply means that, you see, sometimes we believe that, you know, as a trade union, you need to be independent. Let me give a clear example, a practical example. You have this constitution being majority, signing an agreement that their own members are saying that it is not the agreement that they have mandated. You have a first deputy president of DINOSA, when we table demands, giving us mandates as trade unions, as collective, in October 2017. In May 2018, when we have this deal, the very same deputy president of DINOSA is the employer chief negotiator. So you can see that, in a way, you can see that there's a link of saying that, you know, this thing is already being arranged between the two parties. Obviously, anybody can see that the COSATU unions and the employer, they have arrangements of obviously ignoring the members' mandate and going into signing of that resolution. I'm surprised to see that a person that would give you a mandate of saying, make this demand, and in 5 months' time, that person sitting on the other side is the chief negotiator of the employer.
Do you believe that there are workers who are not members of PSA? Do you believe some of them will join you tomorrow?
Definitely. You see, in Sassa, we're talking about the total employees being about 8,000. PSA were about 70% of the whole staff. And we still believe that even those that are non-members of PSA, they do understand our cry why we want a better wages in Sassa. And we believe that as collectively, as workers themselves, they will be behind the PSA, making sure that their demands are heard.
Well, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for coming in and clearing up some of those questions and giving us the very latest information. That is Ruben Maleke from the Public Servants Association of South Africa. We'll have more on that story, especially tomorrow, as we watch and see how that story unfolds.